Today I'm checking out this jump starter and air pump in one. Now I was sent this at no cost so I can do the review. Let's go ahead, take this thing out of the box and check this thing out. Well, looky there. When you open up the box, it comes in this really nice rigid case. It's like a semi-soft case. I'm gonna go ahead and unzip this so we can see everything in it. All right, so when I took everything out of the case, this is what you have. You have the jump starter itself with the air compressor built in. This is the alligator clips and everything that need to go onto the main unit here to jump start the car. You've got your air compressor hose right here. You've got a 12-volt accessory port here that you can plug in. It's a USB-C to USB-A cable for charging, it looks like, and USB-C to USB-C cable for the same thing. Then you've also got these accessory, it's got like a sports ball needle here to air up, sports balls, things like that. It's got an adapter here for different size valve stems, and then it's got two of these little like rubberized things for like floats, things like that. So, and then of course, the manual to show you how to use everything. Now, one thing I do want to show you up close is this case. I really love this case. So, it's got the main area here where you can put the compressor jump starter here, and then you can put the alligator clips here. So that holds it all nice and together. But it's also got this little zipper back area here that lets you put, everything else. You can put the manual in here, all your extra adapters and so forth. So this really keeps everything together very nicely. I mean, it's a nice case. The manual, of course, is going to go over everything, but here's some of the basics. You're going to have some ports back here in the back. So this is the port where you would put that 12-volt plug. This one right here, it would plug into that. Then you have a USB-A and a USB-C port here to be able to charge things off of this, but also to charge this unit. And then it's got this like rubber dust cover to help you keep moisture and dust out of your ports. This one's in there pretty good. This is the port here where you would plug in this smart alligator clip adapter. You take off this rubber piece here, and then you're going to have the plug to go in here. And I say smart because this is going to give you some more feedback, things like that. If you hooked up the cables wrong, or if the battery doesn't have enough charge or has too much charge, whatever you need from there. Here is the air compressor like spot where you can put the air compressor in. Here's a button. I'm assuming, yep, hold it and the LED comes on. Hold it and it goes off. If you hold it and you turn it on, I bet, yep, if you push the buttons, it's going to do like strobe, SOS, and then turn off. And then on this side, it's just in general the power side. And if I pull this little screen protector off, you'll see it says 84%. I'm going to charge that up to 100%. It's got a nice little LCD type screen here. KPA, bar, PSI. And again, you can move it up and down. That's everything there. The bottom of it, it's just got these little rubberized feet down here. Nice looking unit. It looks pretty sturdy, like it can handle some beatings. Not that you want to beat it up, but over time it should be able to handle everything you need. So I'm going to go ahead and fully charge this thing up, and we're going to go outside and test it. So I'm out here now with our SUV, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how you would use the jump starting feature of this jump starter and air compressor. I do have it fully charged now, so if I press the power button, as you can see, it's showing 100%. So the battery's fully charged. It's ready to go for jump starting and using as an air compressor. So now to start this, I would come over here to where the jump starter plug is, and I would get the alligator clips out of the case. On the alligator clips here, there's going to be this rubber cover that goes over that. It's going to expose this portion here, which only goes in one way. There's like a D-shaped connector and an O-shaped connector, which means they only go in one way here. As you can see, there's like a D-shaped and an O-shape there. I'm going to slide them in. All right, when you slide them in, you're going to get this blue light right here, which means this thing is ready to hook up. I'm going to hook the negative up to the ground terminal. Make sure it's got a good connection to the ground. And then I'm going to flip up this positive cap that she has here, and I'm going to put the positive alligator clip on the positive terminal. All right, and as you can see here, it went green. It's clicking. So basically what it's doing right now is it's sending voltage from this jump starter battery into this. It's detecting that these two terminals were connected properly. It's positive and negative. It's sending a real high ampage pulse of power to the battery to get this battery up to a topped off voltage so I can crank the vehicle. So now that it's sending this power and it's doing that, it went blue, as you can see now. That means it's ready to go ahead. It's in like standby mode. It's ready to go and crank this vehicle. So I'm gonna go do that now. Once your vehicle cranks up like this one did, you would actually leave the car running for a little while because your alternator in your vehicle is charging your battery. So if you had a bad battery and you turned your car off, when you went to crank it again, it probably wouldn't crank up unless you put the jump starter on it again, because your battery would be, again, too low voltage. But as your vehicle is running, the alternator will be charging power into this battery, which will then keep the car running and hopefully get you to your destination to get that battery swapped out. Or if the battery was just low and the battery is still in good shape, it would put enough charge on your battery to get it back up to a working state. So to turn this off, just come over here and I would pull this out. That's going to disconnect the power from the main unit. Now I can unplug the positive and then the ground. I'm going to put this cap back on this and put it right back into the case. Those alligator clips fit really nice in the case, and then you just take the unit, put it right back in, zip it up, and now you're good to go. When you've got time, I would top off the battery on this. I'd plug it in and charge it, but you can do many jump starts off of one charge on this. So that's how you would do the jump starting. Let's test out the air compressor in this thing. So to use the air compressor features of this, you're going to need two things. You're going to need the main unit, and then you're going to need the air compressor hose that is included in it in the case. What you do here is you take the end of this hose that has the screw in on it, and then you screw it into this port right here. So now the hose is hooked up on this. We're going to go and hook this up to the actual valve stem on the tire, check the pressure on it, and then put some air in it. So I'm going to take this valve stem cap off. I'm going to flip up this little piece here, and we are going to slide that on the valve stem. You push this on the valve stem, and then you flip this down to lock it in place. So to get the compressor started, you push the power button on this side. If it's not already showing that it's on, you press the pump button, and then the next button over is going to be bar/PSI, and that lets you select your pressure rating. As you see, I flipped through those. PSI is usually what we use here in the US. And it's blinking, so it's wanting me to set it. I'm going to set it to 40 for this car. And then I'm going to press and hold the pump button. And now it's going to air it up to what I told it to, which was 40 PSI. All right, so once it hits 40 PSI, it automatically turns off. You can just go ahead, flip that out, pull it. The longer you leave it on there, the more air is going to come out. But you flip this open to unlock it and just pull it off. Then you put your valve stem cap back on if you have one. Now your tire is aired up to whatever it was you set on here. So this tire now has 40 PSI in it. And that's it. That's all you do to turn it off. You can just let it turn off on its own, as you see here, or you can press and hold the power button. Now I'm just going to unscrew this air hose. Comes off, you know, nice and easy. It does have a rubber gasket around this to seal it. That's why you don't have to put it on there super tight, because you don't want to have to struggle to get it back off again. And that's it. Now we're going to put it back in the case. I hope this information was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care.